This is Kyle Madsen with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Sharks beat the Ducks last night 4-2 at the SAP Center in San Jose. Brent Burns had the game winner for the Sharks after the Ducks tied it in the third period. An empty net goal sealed the deal in that one. It was a 4-2 final.
Just knock it off.
The Kings beat the Lakers 117-116 as Bogdan Bogdanovic step back three that sealed the win for the Kings at the buzzer. Sacramento trailed 104-89 with 6.5 minutes to play, but ended the game on a 28-12 run. De'Aaron Fox finished one rebound shy of a triple-double, 19 points, 12 assists, and 9 boards for him. Sacramento and LA will run it back at Staples Center on Sunday at 6:30. You can hear that right here on Sports 1140 at 7:05. And it is time to visit MaidaChevy.com and see who's made a great deal at Maida. Those are your top stories. And now back to the drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what?
Everybody, listen up.
Welcome to The Drive.
Morning, morning, morning.
You're going to talk. Get on the phone at 339-1140. Pretty awesome, huh? Jump in on our text line at 441140.
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
The Drive starts now.
Fox accelerates, finds a seam. Power jam with a left-hand extension. That's as strong a foot down as we think we have ever seen from De'Aaron Fox. You talk about a statement rip. Oh my goodness. 21-9. Here's a screen and roll feed. Kuzma to the rack. Scores on the rotation. Lakers regain the lead. They're on top 55-54. Kuzma has a 21-point first half. Three-pointer, Hart from the corner, got another one. That's exactly what I was talking about. He doesn't hesitate. The ball hits his hands. He turns, squares up, and releases in one fluid motion. Lakers up by 9 at 83-74. Brandon Ingram on the right wing against Hield. Gives to Hart, enters now to Kuzma. Kuzma with a lenient bank shot. Scores his biggest lead of the night for the Lakers. They're on top 90-78. Alley-oop set up. Tyson Chandler gives the Lakers their biggest lead of the ball game. They're up by 15. It's 104-89. Here's Shumpert knocking the ball loose. Another defensive stop. Grabbed by Cauley-Stein. Runs it into the front court. Circles. Almost lost it. Saves it. Gives to Shumpert. Transition three for Shump. He's got another one. It's his 6th of the night. That equals his career high. Third time in his career that he's hit 6 triples. It's now 104-96. 5:39 to go. Luke Walton and the Lakers take another timeout. All in the hands now. Kuzma knocked away, and it goes off Kuzma out of bounds. How about the defense right there from Bogdan Bogdanovic? He gets 5s from all of his bench mates and then heads up the floor. He receives a pass. Had a notion to shoot the three, goes baseline, pulls up, 15-footer. He's got the bucket. This is a 2-possession game. It's 106-102. 4:30 to play in this ball game. Many Kings fans on their feet. De'Aaron Fox in the right angle. Feeds Cauley-Stein. Two-hand flush going hard to the rim. Assist number 11 for Fox. Kings within 3. It's 108-105. Kings have trailed by as many as 15 in this quarter. Now everybody coming to their feet on the lower bowl at Golden One Center. And Ingram, he'll try for 3. Rims it out, no good. Cauley-Stein with a rebound, shovels it ahead to Fox. Lead pass comes to Bogey. Bogey drives right side. He scoops. He scores. It's a 1-point ball game. 108-107, 2:49 to go. Luke Walton taking another timeout. Here comes the screen from Tyson Chandler. Kuzma hesitates. Now he drives the right side. He goes glass, comes up short, falls knocked loose, grabbed by Shumpert, leads it out to Bogey. Bogey now drives on the left. He is lost the ball, grabbed by Jackson, no good. Scramble, it's still loose. The Lakers come up with it. They feed the ball with 5 seconds to go. The Kings have to foul. It was right there to be grabbed, but the Kings could not get the handle on the missed shot down in traffic. 4.6 seconds to go. Fox committed the foul. Going to the line will be Brandon Ingram at the other end of the floor, and he is 4 of 6 on the night at the free throw stripe. Far side of the floor, Bielitsa will be the trigger man. This will happen in a hurry. Here comes Fox. Ball fake, belly holding, got to get it in, does to Bogey. Bogey drives to his right. 3 for the win. He's got the bucket. The Kings get the victory as time expires. Pandemonium at Golden One Center. Oh, look at the sea of arms upraised. People jumping up and down in their seats. And Bogdan Bogdanovic being absolutely mobbed by his teammates. Final score, 117-116. On a night when the three-point shot, aside from Iman Shumpert, was not the friend of the Kings, Bogey driving on Tyson Chandler, jab step right, launched from 25 feet away and found nothing but net. This is one we'll remember for a while.
You said it, G-Man.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
More like Bogdan Bogdanovic swish. Because he hit that game winner. It's Bogdan Bogdanovic typically. And then what I did because of the buzzer beater, the game winner that he made, I made it Bogdan Bogdanovic swish instead of Bogdanovic.
That's a good one. Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Bielitsa looking. Bogdanovic, 3 seconds. Bogey for the win! Bogdan Bogdanovic!
Hey, no clapping in the press box.
Sorry. I don't go to the press box.
Pack them up and send them home when they appear.
If you don't like that, you don't like Kings basketball!
Oh, boy.
I think that's the most accurate representation of that phrase. Like, if you don't like that, you don't like Kings basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, like, if someone just hammers a dunk down and he says that, like, well, not necessarily. You might like Kings basketball, but you think dunking is lame.
Right.
But if you didn't like that buzzer beater, then you just don't like the Kings.
If you don't like that buzzer beater, you're just a trash individual. That's what I would say. Like, if I was doing play, if you don't like that, you're trash. That would be my catchphrase, and that's why I don't do play-by-play. If you don't like that, you're trash. Four Down Territory is next.
I named it something different.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you have questions?
I'll write some. It's called the 4-point play.
All right. Coming up next, the 4-point play, hosted by Kyle Madsen. I'll help out. It's the drive. By the way, for all of you on the text line that are sad that we keep talking about this, just
go change the station.
Change the station. We're supposed to keep listeners by this is the show.
Speaking of the Jiffy Lube text line,
yeah,
I saw someone on the text line after we played the Titanic call that was like, hey, the Titanic sank.
You know what else sank? How about that Bogdan Bogdanovic buzzer beater, huh? Hey now. We're right back. Sports 1140 KHTK. Suck it later. Wow, Kyle Cat is loud this morning. What is it called?
The 4-point play.
4-point play.
Brought to you by Firewings.
Brought to you by Firewings. 21 different flavors to choose from, and a buzzer beater.
And a buzzer beater.
Firewings.com. Just wing it. What would this be? First play? Point? First point?
First point.
First point. Kyle
Yeah.
Madsen. Hi. Kyle Madsen making all these questions up on the fly.
On the fly. Okay. How did you react to Bogdan's buzzer beater last night?
Well, great question, Kyle. I'm glad you asked.
Thank you.
Except lame question. I hate that you asked because my wife and kids were at friends' houses who have kids my kids' ages and my wife's best friend all watching the game. So I was at home. Now, I started the night at the game. I was there till halftime. I won't get into why I was there. I don't go to Laker games. I don't. Last night I went because I was meeting. There were some people there I wanted to see, and so I hung out. And then first off, because of the show this morning. Secondly, I just like watching games when I have a show the next day at home because I'm working. I have better angles. I can prep stuff. So I came home, and it didn't look good anyways. But to be honest, if the Kings were up 15, I would have left. And that's an important point to remember. So I have I don't even know what you call it. It's like a gazebo with canvas walls. It's a big gazebo in my backyard.
It's like a small yurt.
Kind of, yes. It takes up my whole porch. I can unzip and open the curtains if I want, but it's cold, so they're all closed. I got a little fire pit, not fire pit, but a fire.
Sounds really cool.
It's a fire thing on my table.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
What is that called when you have like a fire pit on your table?
It's a fire pit.
But it's not a pit.
Space heater?
There's no wood. It's gas. Anyways, I have a fire thing on my table, and then there's ventilation up top, so everyone's chill. And I'm back there, shockingly chain smoking and watching the end of the game on my TV.
There's not a lot of things more enjoyable than watching the end of a close Kings game with Dave.
Oh, that's right, in Phoenix, right? Yeah, dude, it was probably exactly, if I wasn't at the game, it's exactly what I wanted, where I would want to be. Alone, nobody talking, nobody asking me anything. I'm fully engaged in the television. I probably look like a fool if you had a camera on me. And when they hit the shot, and I have neighbors and stuff, when they hit the shot, I'd love to say I jumped up and I screamed and I freaked out. I didn't. I stretched my fists and arms out in the air. My mouth was wide open, and I just sat there for about 20 seconds and took the whole thing in because as a lifelong Kings fan, it is so foreign to me. Up is down, down is up, water is dry, dry is wet. To see a rainbow shot like that, buzzer beater, and as it flew through the air, I swear to God, it took 30 seconds, and all I was thinking was, where is this going to clank? Backboard, front of the rim. You hear Grant say, for the win! I was expecting, and then it went through. And honest to God, Kyle, I'm jealous of all the fans that were freaking out because I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. I was silent. And, God, I was happy. And then I was up until about 3 a.m. just watching replays on Twitter. I searched Lakers Kings and scrolled back to the second and third quarter and saw the Lakers fans talking garbage. I retweeted all that with snarky comments. I was just really a Class A dirtbag last night, and I don't apologize.
I'm proud of you. No, it's good.
All right. Second point.
Second down.
Point.
So we talked about kind of where this stretch of games ranks all time at home games for the Kings, blah, blah. Where does this shot rank just all time? I don't want in December. Okay. I don't want regular season. I don't want home.
Sure.
Just try and kind of, it doesn't have to be an exact list. Give me kind of a.
Okay. It's tough because it's recency bias and also top of the head.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that this is a better buzzer beater than Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Evans was further away, but it was against Memphis, and I love it. And Dante Green jumping up and down before the ball went through was fantastic, but this is against the Lakers. This was the final opportunity to beat them at home this year, other than perhaps the playoffs. It was such a and coming on the tail of those other two 19-point comebacks. They were down 15 in the fourth. So I would say regular season, and I know you said don't qualify it. Regular season, this would be number one. Shout out also to the tip by Chris Webber with 0.4 left. This was Jason's Williams, I believe, his rookie year. This is a TNT game. They were down, I think, 27 at the half at Staples Center, and they came all the way back. Kenny Smith on the halftime show was telling Charles and Ernie, don't sleep on my Kings. It's not over yet. They were actually lamenting on the halftime show, flexing in the Kings. They were so excited for the up-and-coming Kings, and then they laid an egg on national TV. That was the halftime talk. I'll never forget it. And then Chris Webber, and some fans will remember this, he tips the ball back in with 0.4 left. He runs down the court, and people will absolutely remember this. Jason Williams goes to high-five him as Weber is screaming and running down the court. Weber misses the high-five and slaps Jason across the face as he's running back up. Kings win. I will say the greatest – it wasn't a buzzer beater, but obviously Mike Bibby's shot against the Lakers in the corner to win that playoff game is going to be the shot of ages. But I think this is second. I really do. It had everything you could possibly want except a playoff game itself. Lakers, buzzer beater, stretch of comebacks. I love it. Third point.
Third down.
Okay, so my scorching hot Kings are a playoff team take. If you were at a 0 when I first said that, you know, I'm going to say you were at a 1 and agreeing with me out of 10.
You're right.
Where are you now? Because I said that, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Where are you now? If you were a 1 or 2 then?
Don't make me jinx anything, man, because here's what'll happen. I'll say something.
No, if it's still a 1 or 2, that's fine.
But it's not. But I don't want to share that.
Okay, it's still at a 2.
Can we have a safe space right now where anything I say doesn't jinx anything? Is that even possible? Can we shake
I don't think
voodoo
so.
thing or
we don't have to bring it up.
Let me just say that I'm much more confident in this team than I was a month ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago. And I will say, without endorsing anything, that the Kings they continue a tough stretch of games. They continue a tough stretch of games all the way till, I believe, it's January 5th. I believe between now and January 5th, every single team they play is above 500. Lakers, Portland, Denver, Golden State, January 5th. I'm correct. After that, Orlando, Phoenix, Detroit, Charlotte, Portland, Charlotte, Detroit, Brooklyn. The hardest part of the schedule ends January 5th. Not that there aren't hard stretches. Not that the Kings aren't going to lose games they should win. But simply put, on January 5th, when they end that game versus the Warriors, the Kings will almost certainly have either the second or toughest schedule in the NBA. So, on paper, it looks like they have a legitimate shot. But I don't believe it. They're going to lose 20 in a row, and there's no chance they make the playoffs ever.
If they win on Sunday
against LA in LA.
Right, against the Lakers in LA, probably no LeBron.
No LeBron.
And probably no Rajon Rondo.
No LeBrondo.
Nice, dude. The Kings will have finished the year
Rajon James
without getting to the 17 losses you thought they'd have in the first 20 games. We thought they'd have in the first 20 games.
That's fantastic. That's a fantastic stat right there. 19-16. That's true. 3-17.
We thought they'd be at that 17 loss range after 20 games. They're not even going to get there in 2018. The max they can get is 17.
That is the max.
That's amazing.
Extend the coach, extend the staff, extend the GM. It's time. Fourth point. Fourth point.
Actually, I'm gonna.
Fourth down. Fourth down.
Who's your NFL MVP now?
Bogdan Bogdanovic. Bogdan Bogdanovic.
No, here's one. Are the Lakers gonna? Are the Lakers gonna have a loss on their record after last night? Yes, but that wasn't my question.
Sure.
My actual question is, are the Kings gonna have any All-Stars?
No, I don't think so. I think this will be one of those years where we'll be like, oh. I think the West is just too packed.
There is going to be. Let me predict, because I don't think they're going to have an All-Star either.
No.
They probably should, and they probably should to the point that we're going to get a Ringer think piece.
Yeah.
On the Kings should have had an All-Star this year, probably De'Aaron Fox, but they're going to have multiple in coming years.
I agree with you, and I do think, however, there will be representation. I think Buddy Hield will be in the three-point contest. I think De'Aaron Fox will be in the skills contest. He'll probably play in the sophomore game as well. I would imagine Bogdan Bogdanovic, last year's MVP as a rookie, will play as well. I think Bagley, I don't know. But there'll be representation, I think, of at least two Kings on All-Star Weekend.
Absolutely.
Fox and Hield are both going to Charlotte. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, second half of the program already. We're going to talk to some peeps. We're going to enjoy this more. We'll hear the Laker broadcast. I want to do that in the next segment. Oh, it's just great to taste their tears through your radio. And if you guys want to get on the phone lines, you can. We'll get you in. 800-920-1140 on the Fire Wings hotline. 339-1140 if you want to call locally. Put a 916 in front of there. And text us at the Jiffy Lube text line at 44-1140. Speaking of Jiffy Lube in Sac Republic providing today's and every day's video broadcast. Got a lot of people watching today. You can tune in at KHTK.com. Top of the page if you're on a desktop, middle of the page if you're on a phone or a tablet. We're right back after these words on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Hey, this is Kyle Madsen with your top stories on Sports 1140. Hey, not sure if you heard this, but the Kings beat the Lakers last night 117-116 on a buzzer-beating step-back three from Bogdan Bogdanovic over Tyson Chandler. Sacramento trailed 104-89. That's 15 points for those of you that aren't math whizzes out there. With 6.5 minutes to play, that's not a lot of time left for those of you that don't know how long 6.5 minutes left is. But they closed the game on a 28-12 run. Bogdan led the Kings with 23 points, while De'Aaron Fox finished one rebound shy of a triple-double. He had 19 points, 12 assists, and 9 boards. Sacramento and the Lakers will run it back at Staples Center on Sunday at 6:30. You can hear that game right here on Sports 1140 as the Kings try to close 2018 with a victory at 7:36. Time to see who made a great deal at Made It. Wait, hang on. That's the wrong read. I caught it, though.
Yeah, you sure did.
It's time to visit MaidaChevy.com and see who's made a great deal at Maida. See, I just had it written backwards.
Perfect.
It's fine.
Beat it at the buzzer.
Back to the drive on Sports 1140. KHTK.
It's The Drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Your phone calls at 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. How many times have you watched the replay? How many times have you listened to that replay last night? What a win. What a win for your Sacramento Kings over the Los Angeles Lakers.
Did you hear De'Aaron Fox postgame?
I did, as a matter of fact. In fact, I was just looking for that on my Twitter.
They help us a lot. It'd be too many Laker fans in here, but
turn down the music and play that again for everybody, would you? So they can.
They help us a lot. It'd be too many Laker fans in here, but
too many stinking Laker fans in here, I think, is what he said.
The question is something along the lines of, how do the fans help you guys in a game like this?
They help us a lot. It'd be too many Laker fans in here, but we definitely feed off the energy. They help us a lot. It'd be too many Laker fans in here, but.
And, you know, I see on the timelines on Twitter, on social media and all that, you know, I'll address every single possible Debbie Downer, negative Nancy in this way. Whether you're somebody saying, hey, it's a regular season game. The Lakers didn't have LeBron James. The Kings shouldn't have to come back like that. Buddy Hield sucks.
You know what else the Lakers didn't have last night?
What's that?
A W.
That's right. Just listen. Just allow it. Enjoy it. There will be losses this year that will upset us. There will be substitutions that will bother us. There will be player performances that make us angry. I was all ready to be fired up today on the show because I can't stand losing to the Lakers. And Kings got a buzzer beater over the Lakers. I don't care if it's game 1 or game 81 or game 91 in the play. I don't care. What a moment. And what a moment for Kings fans. What a moment for Gary Gerald. What a moment for Grant Napier, Doug Christie. What a moment for Vlade Divac. I saw him at the game last night. He's so patient. He's so, every time I see him, I ask him, man, you got a tough decision. You got a tough decision because you have the opportunity to pull the trigger this year on a deal. and almost guarantee the playoffs. You have the cap space. You have the expiring contracts. You have second-round picks galore. You could grab somebody. And Vlade says the same thing he always does. He says, listen, if there's something out there I got to do it. But I'm not going to do anything to mess with the future of this ball club.
Hang on. So, first of all, David talked about it.
That's a good point.
But,
Thank you.
Do you actually say that? Like, are you actually like, look, dude, you got cap space?
I will quote you. I will give you a verbatim quote exactly what I said to him last night. I said, you have got a hell of a decision to make this year.
Okay.
You have cap space. You have expirings. You could grab someone. How do you do that? Because, and I hope he doesn't get mad at me because these are not on record conversations.
Just stuff that you don't have to say. I want to poke fun at you for being like, hey, Kings general manager.
Right.
you got cap space.
I don't feel like I'm not trying to inform him of it.
No, I know that just sounds funny. Hey, do you know you're gonna have a hard job? Here's why.
Why?
Let me tell you. You got cap space.
Right.
You got expiring contracts.
Let me tell you what you got, Vlade.
Write this down.
Right, yeah, take notes. And the biggest compliment I can give Vlade is that just about any general manager in the league whose deal was up, whose deal was coming up next year, any general manager in the league who said 2 years ago this coming February, next month, well, the month after next, who said, check in with me after 2 years. I'm talking about the Cousins trade. Any general manager in the league would go out and they would make a deal and ensure that they made the playoffs, forcing the team to re-sign them, extend their contract, blah, blah, blah. Anyone would in that position. And Vlade is like, no, I'm not messing with the future. And that's, say what you want about Vlade Divac, good or bad. There is zero doubt that his goal is 100% to bring a championship to Sacramento. He's not here for the money. He's not here for the notoriety. He's not here because he wants to be a GM for the rest of his life. I don't think there's another team in the league, maybe except the Lakers, to be fair, that he would be the general manager for. He's got plenty of things to do.
This is a big Vlade house.
It's a huge Vlade house. So when I see guys like him, when I see guys like Doug Christie, Bobby Jackson on the bench, when I see those guys and that coaching staff, those players and how they react, that's what matters. That's why it matters so much, because the Ori shot didn't go off the rim. It went through. How many times have we had to go home sad while drunk-ass, schmedium Kobe Bryant wearing, two-fisted, beer-drinking,
okay, real quick.
waste of space, trash can Laker fan is turning around yelling at everybody.
Leave the double fisting beer out of this.
When you're a Laker fan and you're double fisting beer,
Keep Vlade's name out your mouth.
it's a bad thing. We got it this time. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. All day we have been playing highlights of your Sacramento Kings, and we'll continue to do that. I thought it'd be nice to hear from the Lakers side, Kyle Madsen.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, just
and then I got something for you after.
You got something for me after?
Yeah.
All right. Here's Lonzo Ball, who's terrible.
So we saw you cramp up a couple of times. Was that just a cramp, or was there more to it than that?
Just a cramp. My calf. That's all it was.
You guys seem to have control of the game, up double digits in the fourth quarter. What happened down the stretch?
We weren't converting. We were doing a lot of ISO ball, getting away from what got us the lead, I think, and missed some shots and then getting back, and then they hit some key threes.
Most of us have seen you play your whole career, high school, college. Have you ever had a cramp affect you in a game like that you had to come out before?
Summer league, that's probably the last time and only time. So.
Lonzo, you had a cramp. Is that why you lost? Couldn't have been anything else.
Did you hear there was actually someone else in the locker room that had something to say to Lonzo?
I did not.
Yeah, here it is.
Just shoot the ball the real way.
Just shoot the ball.
Just shoot the ball the real way.
I thought we played well enough to win that game. We didn't do enough. There's a lot of plays we left out there on the table as we continue to get better, especially with the injuries we have, that we need our young guys to step up and make. Whether it's boxing out and coming up with rebounds when you get a stop, not complain to referees when you think you get fouled, knowing that this team is excellent in transition. You know, give them credit for scrapping. This is the third straight home game they've been in had a double-digit deficit in the fourth. And
actually, Luke was being really nice. That's not as fun. What is fun is the Lakers post-game show starring James Worthy and Richard Jefferson and some guy. I don't know, whoever their guy is, whoever their co's or
Laker face.
Laker, yeah, McDingle-Dong last night. Courtesy Access Sportsnet.
This is a tough one for these young Lakers and for the fans and for everyone. They were ahead 104-89 with 6 minutes and 44 seconds left. The Kings finish on a 28-12 run. BI misses that second free throw. Kings down 2. They call timeout. They come out, and Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Bogdan.
It's a game winner with Tyson Chandler.
Stupid.
Moron.
It was a tough one to take.
Yeah, no doubt.
Given the fact that how well the young guys played for almost 3.5 quarters, it goes to show you that they have made some progress to be able to come out and start the game the way they did and take a hit from Sacramento, come back, have a big lead and a lead down the stretch. But it also shows you that they regressed a little bit back to the way they played 2-3 years ago, not able to finish the game, making some mistakes, taking some errant shots, turning the ball over. Richard, to talk about it, we talked about how they kind of, the success that Sacramento had coming back was due to how the Lakers played, not so much of what Sacramento did. They took bad shots, turning over.
Shut up, James. Shut up, James. The success that Sacramento had wasn't due to Sacramento. It was because of the Lakers.
Meh.
Yeah.
Here's a shocking thing. Are you done with your Lakers sound?
Oh, hold on.
Okay. To how the Lakers played, not so much of what Sacramento did. They took bad shots, turning over, and things of that nature. This will be a tough one. This will be a tough loss, but they played good.
Well,
but they came up a little short.
You know what this reminded me of? Like James says, the last 2 seasons, right? These young guys have played so well. Kuzma, an amazing game. Lonzo Ball, triple-double, unfortunately, with the cramps right at the end. B.I. played a solid game. But ultimately, it's the ability to finish a game.
Yeah.
They were in, if you look at their growth from Coach Walton's first year to the second year to the third, there was growth. There's been growth this year. There was growth last year. But the last 3 minutes of games is where they've struggled the last couple of years. You take away Braun, you take away Rondo, and you have this core unit of guys that they just need to finish games. And
wah. Excuses. You know what I hear?
Bjelica looking. Bogdanovic, 3 seconds. Bogey for the win! Bogdan Bogdanovic!
Come up and send them home, Grand Napier.
If you don't like that, you don't like Kings basketball.
I know this is probably going to surprise you, but Lance Woods had something to say after the game last night.
Oh, did he?
He sure did.
Might you have the tape?
I do.
Oh, let's play that.
You seen that? It's pandemonium out here. What they thought was going to happen. Bogey at the buzzer over a 7-footer. They needed a 15-footer to block Bogey's shot. That's Bogey, man. Put some respect on his name. We was baiting them all game. They thought they was going to come to sack and do that. We was sleeping them all game just to wake up and snatch their arms out. This was the most beautiful sight I've seen in a long time. An arena full of sad Laker fans. It was a beautiful sight. Did you see him crying? I seen purple and gold tears. They didn't even know how to react because they were Cleveland Cavaliers fans last year. They ain't know what they're supposed to do.
And Lance, that was outside with Kings fans in the background.
Yeah.
Then Lance went and did a comedy show last night. Then Lance texted me at like 5:15 this morning. He was still awake.
It's like, I'm coming in.
Coming in. Poor guy. Between he and Grant, there's no sleep going on. And may I just say, God bless Gary Gerald.
Now, where will the ball be inbounded? Far side of the floor, Bjelica will be the trigger man. This will happen in a hurry. Here comes Fox. Ball fake. Belly holding, got to get it in, does to Bogey. Bogey drives to his right. 3 for the win. He's got the bucket. The Kings get the victory as time expires. Pandemonium at Golden 1 Center. Oh, look at the sea of arms upraised. People jumping up and down in their seats. And Bogdan Bogdanovic being absolutely mobbed by his teammates. Final score, 117-116. On a night when the three-point shot, aside from Iman Shumpert, was not the friend of the Kings, Bogey driving on Tyson Chandler, jab step right, launched from 25 feet away and found nothing but net.
Let's go to the phone lines. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Firewings Hotline welcomes in Adam. Adam, you're on the drive. Good morning.
Good morning, Dave. I wanted to give you an update. If you remember, I called you a couple of days before Christmas. I was the gentleman with the the stepbrother whose fiance and him are into pirate cosplay, and he said he got me this wonderful gift and everything, and yes. I called you for advice. Yeah. So I thought you should know. I did what you said. We went to Evangeline's, got like a $50 gift card, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And so we get there, and his emotional gift to me was a board game that requires you to wear those little tiny baby hands while performing tasks. And that was it.
That was his emotional gift to you?
That was his emotional gift to us.
Were you emotional?
Oh, I was overcome. I couldn't, yeah. But so I kept that Evangeline's gift card in my back pocket, and we gave him a random book we found at a thrift store for like $3. So there we go. So just wanted to say thank you for that. And the other thing, you mentioned yesterday about how amazing it would be about the Kings to have a cookbook.
Yes.
So I am holding in my hands right now from 1995. It's called Favorites from the King's Kitchen. And on the cover, we have Mitch Richmond, we have Dwayne Coswell, Walt Williams, all in chef's outfits, chef hats. We also have Jeff Petrie on the back in a chef's hat, which is very nice. And we have recipes ranging from Hustle Honey oatmeal cookies to Gary Gerald's creme brulee delight, I believe. G-Man's chocolate cherry cake, and it is fantastic. I highly recommend the book.
Adam, when I got off the air yesterday, and thank you for the call, when I got off the air yesterday, I had so many people texting me links to the book, and I got to try to see if it's still available because I'd love to read it. I don't know how I missed that, but I would love to read that and some of those recipes, and I think we should update one. I called over there yesterday. I think it'd be great for charity. I think people would have a lot of fun with it. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Gordon, you're on the drive. Hello.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing fantastic.
I would just love to, if you guys are able to get a hold of the LA stations and just to kind of, say, hey, what do you got? How are you guys doing right now?
So, Gordon, let me stop you because if I could do anything this morning, this is just what sucks about laws these days. If I could have done anything this morning, I would have come in here with a list of, whether it's the Staples Center, not a lot of stuff's open at 7 a.m., but I would have come in with a list of Laker places, fans. I would have called the LAX. I don't care. And I would have loved to do nothing more than a full segment of calling people up and saying, knock, knock, who's there? The Lakers took a loss. But what sucks, Gordon, is that they have to give their permission to be on the air, and they don't do that. So it would just be trust me when I say we're on the same page. I would have loved to have done that, and I thought about it, but you just can't in today's day and age. So we'll have to settle for awesome highlights.
Well, at least hearing Gary Jones' call, man, that's probably going to be one of the epic moments for him. His voice was just ecstatic, and it was so awesome.
Oh, did you say something about Gary Gerald's call?
Now, where will the ball be inbounded? Far side of the floor, Bielitsa will be the trigger man. This will happen in a hurry. Here comes Fox. Ball fake. Belly holding. Got to get it in. Does to Bogey. Bogey drives to his right. 3 for the win. He's He's got the bucket. The Kings get the victory as time expires. Pandemonium at Golden One Center. Oh, look at the sea of arms upraised. People jumping up and down in their seats. And Bogdan Bogdanovic being absolutely mobbed by his teammates. Final score, 117-116. On a night when the three-point shot, aside from Iman Shumpert, was not the friend of the Kings. Bogey driving on Tyson Chandler, jab step right, launched from 25 feet away and found nothing but net.
Nothing wrong with that. I want an alarm clock that has that call. I want a plush toy that when I pull the string, I hear Gary's call, and then I hear Grant's call, and then I hear Doug. I want to hear all the oh boys I can.
Oh, boy!
I want to hear all the screams I can. Laker fans on the text line getting upset that we've been talking for 2 straight hours about this. We have 1 hour left in the show. I'll leave it up to you guys on the text line. Should we move on to other sports?
I have bad news for people who are upset that we've been talking about this for 2 hours, because there's 1 hour left in the show, and I promise.
That's a really good way to get me to stop. It's a really good way. A Laker fan lets me know that it's bothering them. That motivates me to stop all of it.
I don't like this. I know what I'll do.
44-11-40. You want us to move on to other sports, you just let us know. Kings fans and Laker fans. We're back with guess what right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.